Hi guys, it's Ray here. A warm welcome to this free training video on how to develop a 500k plus per year sports e-commerce website. So who's this free training for? Well, if you're a current professional athlete or an ex-professional athlete and you're looking to start some type of sports e-commerce website, definitely for you. Or if you've got some type of sports business, you could be a sports coach, a physiotherapist, a sports hypnosis, etc. If you've got a sports business and you've not got a sports e-commerce website, this free training will definitely be for you because it's something that you definitely should do because it will add a serious amount of income to the income that you've already got if you add a sports e-commerce website to your current business. And also as well, you could be do sports as a hobby, you could be a sports fan and you're looking to do your own business, you might be looking to have your own website, and it makes sense if you actually love a certain sport that you actually create an e-commerce website around the sport that you love, because it's actually proven, and I'll explain as this free training goes on. If you create a website that is based around your passion, the chances of you being a success will actually go through the roof. So if you're really passionate about your sport and you want to start your own business, again, it makes perfect sense to create a sports e-commerce website. So as I say, no matter where you are in what I've just explained, if you're looking to develop a 500,000 plus per year sports e-commerce website, you've definitely come to the right place. Also as well, this can be done on absolute autopilot and make you money while you sleep, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days per year. I'm actually living proof of that, which I'll explain more in a moment, and you'll see. Obviously, I'll give you some website links you can check out at the end of this video where you'll see that I'm actually walking my talk. But to me, one of the best feelings ever is that I know I will go to bed tonight, and by the time I wake up tomorrow morning, the system on my website is doing all the work for me, and I'll actually make money while I sleep. So I'll wake up tomorrow that little bit richer. And I don't mean to sound arrogant or nasty here, because if you get to know me, what you see is what you get with me. But I earn more money while I sleep than sadly a lot of people that are working 40, 50, 60 hours a week in their day job. Now, just for transparency here, guys, okay, to earn money on autopilot with your website does take time to set up. You've got to set everything up correctly, but once everything's set up correctly and you've got your loyal customer base, which I'll show you how to do this in this free training, literally your website will work on autopilot. Also as well, if you come here at the moment and you're feeling a bit lost, so again, you're looking to maybe create your sports website, or you could already have your sports business and you might be feeling a bit stale, you might have lost passion for your sport, which is natural, it happens to all of us. You might be worried because of competition, and you're just not too sure which way to go next. You've definitely come to the right place. By the time you watch this free training video, I'm exceptionally confident it will give you a pointer of which way you should be going next. I also want this free training to be completely different to other videos that you might have seen online. And I want to make sure that you go away with a gold nugget, okay? So at least if you can take one thing away from this free training that you can implement right now, well, not right now because you're obviously watching the video, but if you can take something away, you can take a gold nugget away that you could implement into your business, it would have been worth your time obviously watching this free training video, and I'll guarantee that you will take away a gold nugget obviously from this training video. Also, if you're a skeptic and you're sitting there now with your arms crossed, your legs crossed, your eyes crossed, that'll be me. Don't worry, I'm the biggest skeptic in the world. But if you're a skeptic, again, by the time you watch this video, and I will give you all the links to my website that you can go and check out and see that I'm genuine. Even if you decide not to act on any of the advice that I give in this video, I will turn you from a skeptic to a believer. You will know that I am walking my talk, and I know what I'm talking about. Because what I'm going to talk about now is my 3 secrets or my 3 steps that has helped me literally earn millions of dollars in my own sports e-commerce website. And again, I'm going to prove to you as the video goes along, and I'll give you my website links that you can go and check out, because I know a lot of other so-called gurus, they won't give you their website links because the chances are they're talking a load of crap and they're not making the money that they state they are. I am, so I'm more than confident to give you all the links. And as I say, but I'm going to give you my 3 secrets or my 3 steps that has helped me dominate my sports niche within my sports niche and help me make millions of dollars. And more importantly, this is information and advice that you can implement right now, or obviously when the time's right for you. Now, before we go any further, you might say, well, look, Ray, I'm not an expert in e-commerce. Yeah, I understand my sport. I've got a sports coaching business, or I'm a fantastic sports coach if that's what you do, or you're a fan of your sport, but you might say, I just don't understand how to run an e-commerce website. Honestly, by the time you've watched this video, you'll see it's an absolute no-brainer. As long as you've got the passion for your sport, having your own e-commerce website, as you'll find out as this video goes along, is completely a no-brainer. So don't worry if you're not experienced in running or having your own e-commerce website. You really don't have to be experienced, seriously. Now, before I go through my 3 secrets or my 3 steps, let me just very quickly tell you a bit about myself. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to harp on too much about me, but I think it's important, if you're going to potentially listen to my advice here, you'll at least need to know where I've come from. So there I am there in the blue goalkeeping jersey. My dream was always to become a professional soccer player, i.e. a professional goalkeeper. And this is one of my favourite photographs, to be honest with you, because if you look at my eyes, you can just see me thinking, wow, I'm living my dream here. And it's a pity, really, because in the background, you'll see the police officers in yellow, but there was actually about 18,000 people at this game. The police were just separating the 2 sets of supporters from basically potentially fighting with each other. But as I say, this is my favourite photograph because it just captures me thinking, wow, I'm absolutely living my dream. I always wanted to become a professional goalkeeper from a very young age, but from the age of about 14, I embarked with my father. He took me every weekend to play soccer games, and then also as well, at least once, sometimes twice a month, he took me to soccer trials all over England. Now, what a soccer trial is, they don't do them anymore now, but many, many, many years ago, professional soccer clubs, when they needed new players, they just used to hold open days. So they basically used to send a memo out and say, hey, we're having a soccer trial, who wants to turn up? So literally hundreds of players would turn up, and you'd have to get there pretty early because they'd pick 100 players and then they'd send 200 players home. There'd be many a time me and my father would drive 2, 3, 4 hours to get there too late, only to be sent back 2, 3, 4 hour drive back, which is pretty frustrating. But I did get to play at least 1, sometimes 2 soccer trials per month. But I was rejected many, many times. Basically, I was told I was never going to be good enough and to forget my dream of becoming a professional goalkeeper. However, I had something inside of me that I just knew I was going to be good enough to become a professional goalkeeper. So when I was told I wasn't good enough, I'd come back home, go back to the drawing board, speak to my goalkeeping coach, and I would continue with my education to become a better goalkeeper. It's important to know what I say here because this is what helped me become a success in my e-commerce business. Little did I know this was going to help me many, many years later. But I was continuing with my education to become a better goalkeeper. For 5 years, believe it or not, I tried to become a professional goalkeeper, only to be told I wasn't good enough, to go back to the drawing board, to get continual education with my goalkeeper coach. But I got gradually better and better and better until after 5 years, just turning 19 years of age, I eventually achieved my dream of becoming a professional goalkeeper. But I believe the only reason why I become professional is because I had 5 years of rejection and obviously continuing with my education. And then I went on to become a professional goalkeeper. For 10 years, I played in front of thousands of people every single week, all over the UK, actually all over the world. And just as a big professional soccer club was going to come in and sign me, which would have made me a millionaire, bang, I lost everything within 1 second. A training ground injury basically finished my career prematurely. So I went from 1 minute thinking I was going to land my dream soccer club to literally losing everything. I ended up being broke, in debt, and living in rented accommodation with my wife and my 2 children. I've now got 3 children. And to me, unfortunately what happened to me, is that my injury took me 18 months to get better. Now, if you're a professional athlete and you're listening to this training video here, you will know that if you're injured for 18 months, for that amount of time, the game passes you by. And that's unfortunately what happened to me. So I went from living my dream job, working with winners every single day with the greatest respect. In my new job, I ended up working with losers. And to me, I could handle working 12-hour days. I could handle having a low income, but what I couldn't handle for me was having to turn up day in, day out and work with the biggest load of moaners and cries and whiners in the world, to be honest with you. And I just used to be thinking to myself, how am I in this position? All I've ever done is try, and I'm in this position. So it's safe to say that my life was in absolute turmoil. And suicidal thoughts did go through my mind on a daily basis. I've got to be honest with you, embarrassed to say. But I realised I had a wife and had children, and I had to pull myself out of it somehow. So I went from a hero to a zero. So I went from playing in front of thousands of people every single week to literally packing blood for 12 hours a day, working, unfortunately, again, without being rude to these guys, working with complete losers. However, thankfully, I've got this chip inside of me, and I don't know where it comes from, that I always want better for myself and my family. And I always knew that I would have my own business one day. And even though I was in my dead end job, I was trying other businesses. Some worked, some, most failed, to be honest with you. But then one day, boom, I found e-commerce. I got introduced to a young couple, and my jaw hit the floor when they were telling me that as long as they had a laptop and an internet connection, they can make money anywhere in the world. And they were earning a high six-figure income at the time. Now, even though, boy, oh boy, I needed the money actually never interested me. To me, it was the freedom that these guys were talking about. Because as a professional goalkeeper, even though it was quite intense, our training, we obviously played in all over the world and we stayed in hotels. We had a lot of downtime. So most days we were finished by 1 p.m. so we could go fishing, we could play golf. And that's what I craved for. I wanted that free time again. So just listening to this couple, I was like, the e-commerce is going to give me the freedom that I want. That's all I heard. Even though I needed the money, to me it was about the freedom that I craved. Unfortunately for me, so for me then that was it. I was hooked. I was going to do e-commerce no matter what. But unfortunately for me, I made every mistake under the sun. Now, even though this young couple agreed to mentor me, foolishly I turned them down. Now, it wasn't arrogance; it was probably more ignorant. Because if you get to meet me, as I say, what you see is what you get with me, and I'm certainly not an arrogant person. But foolishly, because they were selling like handmade furniture, and I wanted to sell a sports product, I didn't think they could help me because it was completely two different products. Again, really foolish mistake, because I say that mistake cost me 2 years of my time. Because what was happening is one week I'd make $10, then the following week $50, then the week after that $3, then the week after that nothing, then the week after that $100, and that went on for 2 years. But slowly but surely the income was getting higher and higher. I was definitely doing it the Thomas and Edison way. I was failing my way to success, which I really believe in, by the way. But it was getting to the point I was starting to get a bit disillusioned, to be honest with you. I was thinking, is it worth it? Is it worth the stress, the hassle? Because I generally thought I was going to be making money a lot quicker. And then one day I sat down with myself, I was thinking, what am I doing wrong here? I'm definitely doing something wrong here, because I started to hear more and more people having success online. I was thinking, if these guys can make success, surely I can. Then all of a sudden it dawned on me one day, I had to have the common sense to invest in my education. Now, going back to becoming a professional goalkeeper, remember the story I told you? For 5 years, I was getting rejected by soccer clubs when I was going for soccer trials. I was going back and I was getting continual education with my goalkeeping coach. So I had the common sense to continue with my education as a goalkeeping coach. With my goalkeeping coach, with my continual education to become a better goalkeeper, eventually become a better goalkeeper, and that's what helped me become a professional goalkeeper. So for some reason, I didn't think I had to get educated in e-commerce. I just thought I could go and blast my way through it. When I realised the mistake I made, I bought every book I could purchase on the subject of e-commerce. Some good, some not so good. I bought every course I could. I wasn't on much money at the time, but any course I could purchase on how to have an e-commerce business, I bought. Again, some good, some not so good. I also paid for mentors. Again, some mentors were good, some were crap, shall we say. They just took my money and ran off. But what happened is I started to get more consistent because I was educating. I started to realize what I should and shouldn't be doing. Then what happened then is 1 week I was consistently, on a daily basis. Then I was consistently making $50 a day, then $100 a day, then $500 a day. Now I get cheesed off if my sales are less than $1,000 per day, but that's because obviously I've got educated, and I've been doing that now for several years now, and I've consistently over the years I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year, and I've made millions of dollars in sales on my e-commerce website for many years now. So it's safe to say that I have walked my talk. And again, what I speak about in this free training is I'm still doing to this day, which I'll prove at the end of this video. So I went from a zero back to a hero. And my mission in this free training is to help you become a hero, whatever sports niche that you're in. Also as well, just to give you a very quickly, one of the businesses that I run is something called Just for Keepers, which is a specialised goalkeeping schools. It's the biggest, leading and largest goalkeeping schools in the world now. We've been in operation for 20 years, and that's something that I started with just 2 goalkeepers in my hometown of Liverpool, England, and then now it's as I say, in 30 plus countries. So again, hopefully this will prove that I am walking my talk as a businessman. But again, I'll give you some website links to go and check that out, and you'll see me all over social media most days. So I'm going to now walk you through my top 3 secrets on how I took my e-commerce website to make me a high 6-figure income every single year, and that's helped me make millions of dollars. And honestly, if you listen to me, what I say here, I will 1,000,000% give you the shortcuts to success if you're about to start, or if you've already got your sports e-commerce website and you're not making the money that you want to make. This will 1,000,000% help you get onto that income levels that you want. So here we go. Secret number 1. What you need to do is really niche down. You've got to pick pick your sports niche products within your sports niche. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is I'll give you an example for me. Now, for me, my niche is soccer. But what I did is I just never sold everything soccer. Because there's thousands upon thousands of soccer products that you can sell. I niched down within my niche. So I just sold goalkeeping products, if that makes sense. So you think about your niche. It could be fishing, for example, okay? So you don't have to sell every fishing product. It's something I really recommend you don't do. For you to be a success, you only need to niche down within your niche. So if you're selling fishing products, for example, all you might choose is fishing rods, for example, or fishing clothing. So you niche down within your niche, if that makes sense. Because the biggest mistake people make is they try to be too big and compete with the big boys too early. So I've had so many people that I've helped over the years. They'll look at 3 or 4 websites and say, hey, that website has got 500 products, that website's got 300 products, that website's got 400 products. Oh my God, I need to have 300 products to compete with those guys. That's a massive mistake. Don't be too general. Sorry, a lot of people want to be too general and you want to sell everything. Now, the problem is if you try to sell everything, you're going to spend far too much money on stock. And then I've seen this sadly happen to a few people where they spend that much money on stock, you've got no money left to compete with ads. Because obviously, once your website's live and you've got your stock, there's actually ways now where you actually don't need stock, believe it or not. But again, most people obviously who do this, they'll buy their own stock. But if you buy too much stock, you can't compete on ads, okay? But you really, honestly, don't need to be competing with the big boys. You only need a handful of products just to start with. Seriously, when I started with about 5 or 6 goalkeeping gloves. So you really need to niche down within your niche. It's all about focus. You generally only need a few products to be a success, but it's very important that you pick products that you are passionate about. Now, when it comes to secret number 3, you'll understand why you have to be passionate about the products that you sell. Because I know some people or some so-called gurus who say, hey, you don't have to be, you don't have to be passionate about the products that you sell. Just sell a product that's trending, for example. Now, don't get me wrong, you can make a lot of money from products that are trending, but you've really got to know what you're doing. Now, as much and as experienced and confident as I am online myself, I would never ever dream of selling a product that I'm not passionate about, because you've really got to know what you're doing. But if you're really passionate about a product, what I'm going to teach you in secret number 3, it just makes it a complete no-brainer, and it sets you aside from anyone else as well. So just picking a few correct products with your passion, this is the secret to long-term success. And also as well, you need to pick products that are already selling. So for example, with me, I knew these hundreds of goalkeeping glove companies out there. So I know that people want goalkeeping gloves. So for me, my passion was goalkeeping. I know people need the goalkeeping gloves. So for me, I started with goalkeeping gloves. And again, I started about 5 or 6 pairs of gloves. I never went in to sell every soccer product you can think of. If it did, the chances are I probably wouldn't be here now. Now here's a success story. This is a guy called Matt Gregg, who's become a deep friend of mine now. He come to me because he wanted to run his own sports e-commerce website, and he was going to purchase loads of products, and he was going to sell multiple products. But what we done is he wanted to be too general, so I just focused on him selling a few products that he was passionate about. I focused him on products that he was passionate about. It was only a few products, it wasn't a lot. Again, it was only a handful of products that I told him to pick. Again, as I say, also the important thing as well, even though it was a handful of products, we've made sure that we picked products that people were already buying. And this is the most important bit. We then taught him how to educate people in his niche on the products that he was selling. I'll explain a bit more about that in secret number 3. But seriously, as I say, all you need is just a few products that you are passionate about. You just educate people in your sports niche about these products, and seriously, you will not want the customers. Secret number 2 is the big question: what e-commerce platform should you use? Now, most people are doomed from the beginning because they don't think it through properly, because they think, oh, if I get a website and it doesn't work, I'll just get another website. It doesn't work. That's like building a house and knocking it down. Building a house and knocking it down. You're never going to have a solid foundation. So really, you need to get your website right from the beginning. Now, there's 3 options that you can use when you are choosing a website. The first one is what we call the free e-commerce platforms that do it yourself. Now, I'm not a big lover of these websites. And I know some people might be on a tight budget, but if you can, me personally, I would never go with the free e-commerce platforms. The problem is, a lot of people don't know this, but the companies that own these free e-commerce platforms, what their strategy is to get hundreds of thousands of people using their their free website platform, and then they're hoping one of the big guns will come in and buy the database off them for millions of dollars. What happens if someone doesn't come in and buy their business? They're not going to continue, and if they're not making a lot of money or no money, they're not going to continue running the platform if it's for free, if they're not making any money, and they'll pull the plug. Again, sadly, I've known a few people over the years where they've put the heart and soul into creating their free e-commerce platform website, only to log in one day, the company's closed, shut down, gone away, and they've lost everything overnight. So unless you've not got the finances and you need to go with the free option, because at the end of the day, having a free e-commerce platform, even though I don't recommend it, it's a start and it's better than nothing, but it's something that I only recommend you do if you've got no other option. Option number 2, this is what I say, this is like the upfront paid for e-commerce platforms. I currently use OpenCart, but you've got WooCommerce, you've got Magento, ZenCart, and that's where you literally purchase like a template. You go to a web developer, agree a price, they do the website for you. The website sits on your hoster. You own the real estate of that website. That's what I love, is that you own the real estate of that website. You've made an upfront cost, and then once you've paid that upfront cost, you might not. The only time you've got to pay then if you want any updates. So to me, this is what I prefer, and the main reason why I prefer it is because I own the website, all the files. It's my real estate that sits on my hosting plan. So that's where I sit at the moment, the OpenCart. That's option number 2. This is becoming very popular now as well. Monthly paid for e-commerce platforms. You've probably heard of BigCommerce. You've heard of Shopify. I mean, you can't go onto YouTube now without some so-called guru trying to sell you a Shopify course. It's something that I personally don't use. It's something that I probably will try. But one thing I don't like about these platforms is that You don't own the real estate. You build your website on their platform, and for whatever reason, if you can't pay in any given month, your website gets switched off. Now, you don't lose your website. You can always switch it back on again, but you've got someone else dictating when you're in or out of business, if that makes sense. And also as well, because the website sits on their servers, it means you actually don't own your own website your own website reality space, if that makes sense. Another thing I don't like about these companies, they'll say, hey, just start for just $30 a month. You've got your own e-commerce business. But what they don't tell you, for your website to have any impact and to compete with other websites in your niche, you've got to add what's called add-ons or plugins or extensions. And before you know what's happening, you're paying way in excess of $100 a month for your website to be run. Now, don't get me wrong, if it's making thousands of dollars per month, it's worth it. But again, to me, it's not being able to own your own real estate as a website online, if that makes sense. However, listen, no matter whatever platform you choose, just make sure that you pick a website that you can upgrade. Now, what I mean by that is, basically upgrade your websites. Now, thankfully, it doesn't happen as much now, but again, there's been horror stories where someone has invested in X amount of thousands of dollars to create their website, and then when they've gone to upgrade, the business that they've gone to actually didn't have an upgrade, or the company has gone out of business, which means there's no more add-ons or extensions, which basically means you can't upgrade your website, which means your website will eventually have to be thrown in the bin. So make sure you go to a reputable company, no matter which one you use. Also as well, massive warning, do not get a specially bespoke platform. And now what I mean by that, if a web developer comes to you and says, hey, I'll make a specially designed website just for you, no one else will own this website. It'll be completely unique. It'll make you look better. You'll have more sales, and it'll make your stats be different from the rest. I know that because that's what I did a few years ago. I paid £5,000, it's about $7,500. And don't get me wrong, the website was fantastic. I got a lot of people go, wow, this is amazing, Ray. It helped me make a lot of money. But unfortunately, one day, the web developer just disappeared. I've still not heard from him, to be honest with you, so I'm hoping he's okay. But after a few weeks, when I realised, oh, DME's not coming back to me, I went to another web developer and said, hey, look, I need these, and I need some changes made on my website. Can you please do it? And again, my jaw hit the floor when he come back and said, listen, Ray, I'm very sorry, but whichever code your web developer wrote in, it was his own code. He's done a lot of hidden files. I'm sorry, you've got to put your website in the bin. So that was a costly mistake for me. So if you're going to get a bespoke website specially designed for you, make sure you go to someone that you trust, or it's a very, very reputable company. Last point on websites, if you've already got your own sports shop and you've not got an e-commerce website, you need to get your business online ASAP, because not only are you going to make sales around the world, you actually, believe it or not, which I can't go into right now, you'll actually make more sales locally, believe it or not, as well. So if you've got any type of sports website, any type of sports business like a shop, get it online. And if you've got a mediocre e-commerce website, make it good, because seriously, you will make money from it. Secret number 3. Okay, once you've got your website, you're going to say, obviously, got to drive traffic to your website, because if you drive traffic to your website, the more traffic and people that go to your website, obviously the more chance that you're going to win. And people call that the secret of traffic, the secret of getting people to your website. And I'm going to show you how to do that now, because these not as hard as you might think. So imagine now you've got your website, you now need to send people or traffic to your website. Now you can do that by using Facebook ads and Google ads. That's something and a strategy that I actually use. I actually pay these guys to send people to my website. But what I'm going to teach you now is literally how you can actually get it for free, how you can drive traffic to your website completely free of charge. And I've got good news here for you, okay? Yeah, the secret to traffic is there is no traffic secrets, okay? Now, the massive mistake most people make, by the way, is when they've chosen what e-commerce platform they're going to use, they'll then go to some so-called guru and they'll purchase a program from them on their so-called traffic secret generation, traffic secret, so to speak. And some of these guys are charging $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and they'll teach you their traffic secrets. Honestly, there's no traffic secrets. What I'm going to teach you in the next few minutes, these guys are charging $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for. Because what happens when you pay these guys $5,000 for their so-called traffic secrets, all they do is get you chasing the traffic myth. They'll get you chasing your tail because they know there's no traffic secrets whatsoever. So all to do is they'll give you a load of information, completely confuse the life out of you, because if they confuse the life out of you, you can't go back to them and say, listen, what you've sold me is a load of nonsense, okay? Honestly, there's no secret traffic. This is why picking the correct niche within your sports niche and also pricking your product is absolutely vital, which I'll explain in a moment. Because the reason being is the traffic is already there. Okay, you don't have to go looking for traffic, which I'm going to show you now. The traffic is already there. All you need to do is direct those traffic to your website, or a portion of that traffic to your website, and you will make money. So there is no traffic secret. It's just common sense, okay? So whenever you're doing this, you just got to make sure that you choose the correct few products in your sports niche. For you to be a success online, honestly, you only need a few products within your sports niche. Also, as well, you've got to pick products you're passionate about, which I'll explain now. Really, it's important that you're going to have products that you're passionate about, because if you're passionate about your products, it means you're experienced and knowledgeable about your products, and that's what's going to get you sales. Also, you need to pick products that you know people already buying. So think about your sports niche. Okay, before you purchase a product, do you know that people are buying? And again, if you are passionate about your sport, you're passionate about the product that you want to sell, the chances are that people are already buying that product, and those people can become your customer. Then once you've chosen your few products that you're passionate about and that you know people are buying, you then educate people in your sports niche. Honestly, it's that easy to do. Seriously, it's not rocket science. These so-called gurus make it far too complicated, because that gives them an opportunity then to charge you X amount, a silly amount of money, to teach you something that they make very complicated that it's not. So this is how you get free traffic to your website. Now remember, the traffic is already there, and this is why I've harped on here in this video that it's so important that you are passionate about your product. Because if you're passionate about your product, it means you're knowledgeable about your product, if that makes sense. So for me, I know my customers or potential customers, I know they're all on YouTube. I've used YouTube as an example. These Vimeo and these other video platforms you can go to. Obviously, YouTube is the most popular. So I know, because I'm passionate about my product. I know I'm knowledgeable about it. I know that people in my sports niche are trying to find ways how to buy cheap goalkeeping gloves. So what have I done? I've just done a video on showing people how to buy and or where to buy cheap goalkeeping gloves. And as you can see, over 62,000 views. I've actually looked at this last week. There's actually over 70,000 views now. And I know that I've got quite a lot of customers from this video, because I track everything. And I've not just done this video, I've done how to buy goalkeeping gloves, how to buy children's goalkeeping gloves, junior goalkeeping gloves, adult goalkeeping gloves, how to wash your goalkeeping gloves, because I'm knowledgeable about it. So I know what people are typing into the search engine. So I just do a quick 5 to 10 minute video, put it onto YouTube, because I know the traffic is already there, and then I just direct some of that traffic to my website, and I make sales. And that's the beauty, and that's why I keep harping on about it. That's why it's so important you pick a product that you're passionate about, because obviously you're knowledgeable and you can pass your knowledge on to people, and people will purchase from you because they appreciate that you're giving them value, if that makes sense. Now, there's 3 ways to obviously drive people to your traffic, by the way. One's through video, which I've just explained now. There's another one, which is podcasting, which I can't explain about podcasting because I've not done it. I am going to start doing it, by the way, but it's wrong of me to try to explain about something that I've not done. And the third way is through educating people by writing. Now, again, I'm going to use Google now for an example. Now, again, you've got Yahoo, you've got Bing, etc. Now, I know my customers and my potential customers, they're going onto Google, they're going onto Bing. So what I do is I educate them by writing. And you've heard of blogging. So many people underestimate blogging. Blogging is absolutely huge. So we're going to give it an example here. As you can see in this blog, you can see, goalkeeper gloves for sale. So I know people type in goalkeeper gloves for sale. So what I've done is I've done actually blog. If you can see here in Google, it's up here still in the Google search, it's still saying goalkeeper gloves for sale. So I've typed that into Google, obviously, so I can show you guys the get my words out. So I've typed in goalkeeper for sale here to Google, so I can actually show you the results I can show you the results, sorry, from Google. Put my teeth back in. So again, I'm just going to go to a third slide, okay? So I'm just going to go back to this one again. So there you see goalkeeper gloves for sale, okay? That's the blog. In the Google search here, you can see goalkeeper gloves for sale. So that's what I've typed in, just obviously so I can do this demo for you. And then there's the results, okay? So again, there's goalkeeper gloves for sale. That's still the same results that I put in. But there you can see me 5th on the list. Now the beauty about this, so we've got goalkeeping gloves for sale. You got the first 1, 2, 3, 4. They're ads. Now if you're like me and most people, you probably do this yourself. When you search for something, if you see something with ads, you go around the ads and you click the top link, because it's sort of, I don't know about you, but it cheeses me off that I'm looking for something and these guys are throwing an ad under my nose. It's like when you're walking around the high streets, you know, you're going shopping and someone hands you a flyer in the street. It's annoying, isn't it? And that's what this is similar. It's annoying you. It's interrupting your user experience. So what I do, and I know a lot of people do, I know all my friends do this, is don't bother with the ads. Go right round the ads and you go to the top one without the ads, because you know if that's top of Google for an organic search, you know for the most part it's a reputable company. And as you can see there's my website, goalkeepingglovesforsale.com. By typing in this word, goalkeeping gloves for sale. So by educating people, by writing, and again, it's not just goalkeepingglovesforsale.com. I've put in cheap goalkeeping gloves, how to buy adult goalkeeping gloves, how to wash your goalkeeping gloves. I've done all this by blog, and it sounds a lot of work, but it's not. This is something that I do, you know, just once a week. Maybe takes me 10-15 minutes a week, but because I've been doing it for years, it all adds up. And so basically work that I did 5 years ago and blogs that I did 5 years ago are still making me money to this day, because people are landing on seeing my blog in the Google searches or Yahoo search or Bing search, clicking the link, going through to my website and buying from me, because people will buy from you if you're educating them. Think about this. You would do this the same. If you've got a choice of going to 2 companies and one company is educating you with videos and blogging, and obviously giving you a good product at a good price, or you can go to another company that's doing completely nothing to help you, who are you going to go with? If the products are about the same price, the same quality, the chances are you're going to go to the company that is helping you, obviously, in your sports niche, okay? And that's how you drive people to your website completely free of charge. So generally, there's no traffic secrets. It's just common sense. All you do is you get products in your sports niche that you're passionate about, you know people are already buying, and then you just give free content and help people basically with their buying decision, and that drives people to your website using the likes of YouTube, Google, etc. Again, I know it sounds like a lot of hard work, but it's not. If you just do a teeny bit every single week, it soon gathers up. I will guarantee 95% of your competition will not be doing this. Reason being is, do you think it's hard work? And most people are lazy and they won't do it, even though it only takes, honestly, 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes a week. Let's say an hour a week tops to do a blog and to do a video. That's all it takes, an hour a week. But most people will not do this. I would guarantee 95% of your competition will not be doing this. So if you do it, this will leave you to completely dominate your niche within your sports niche. So just to recap on my 3 secrets. First of all, pick your sports product niche. Pick your sports niche, products within your sports niche, okay? So whatever sport you like, try not to be generic and sell everything. What can you sell? So if it's fishing gear, for example, can it be fishing rods, okay? If it's martial arts, can it just be martial arts gloves? If you absolutely love mountain biking, it actually doesn't have to be mountain bikes that you sell. It could be mountain bike crash helmets, okay? So you niche down within your niche, pick a product that you're really passionate about, that you're knowledgeable about, and only pick a few products. That's all you need to do seriously to become a success. And also as well, the more successful you are, so you might just start off with 4 or 5 products, like I start off like 5 or 6 products. Now I've obviously got a lot more because obviously I'm experienced, I've got the database, I can add more products, but you really generally only need to start off with just a few products, okay? Because if you've got too many products, which products do you pick to do the videos? If you've only got a few products, it makes it easier to do the videos as well. Then once you've got your products, you then choose what platform to use. And again, try and get that right from the beginning, because what you don't want to be doing is putting all your effort into one website only to pull it down and start again, because you will lose traction, you will lose customers. So it's important you get your platform right from the beginning. Then once you've got your website, then you drive people to your website. You become an authority online, like you've just said, and it's completely free of charge. Okay, so there's no need to go and pay some so-called guru for their traffic hacking system. It's a load of BS. Honestly, the traffic is already there. All you've got to do, like I've just shown you, is just find a way to deflect the traffic to your website, and then you will never want for customers. Now, if you've just got onto what I said there, you should be so excited, because no matter where you are, if you've got a current sports business and you're looking to add a e-commerce website, I've just shown you how to do it. If you're looking to start your own e-commerce website and you want a sports website, I've just shown you how to do it. You don't have to have a ton of products. You only need a few products. So, as I said at the beginning of this training video, if you were at a crossroads and you weren't sure which way to go, I assure you, if you just follow those 3 steps or 3 secrets, that will give you the direction to go. You can build a big sports website that will help you make money month in, month out, and when the time's right, you can sell for potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars, even millions of dollars as well. Again, I'm not going to go into this website. I'm not going to go well, put my teeth back in the start again. I'm not going to go into it in this free training here. But once you've got a website that has got a massive following, then you can create your own brand. Now you're talking millions of dollars potentially when you're ready to sell. So again, hopefully you got excited there, because as I say, if you follow my 3 steps or my 3 secrets, 1,000,000% you will make money, full stop. Now look, I'm not too sure why you've come here and watched this free video, whether or not you've just stumbled on obviously on what I'm doing, whether you're being recommended. You might already know me, and you might say, hey Ray, well look, I've seen the video, you've given me enough information, I'm going to do it myself. I know it can be a rough ride, it's going to be as I say, I'm going to have my ups and my downs, but I'm going to do it the Thomas and Edison way. I'm going to fail my way to success, and I really believe you can fail your way to success. So if that's you, I wish you all the best of luck. I really hope that this free training has helped. Whether if you're like, look Ray, I've tried to do it myself, and it's an absolute pain in the backside, I don't get it. I'm looking for someone to give me the shortcut to success. I'm looking for someone to hold me by the hands, and more importantly, I'm looking for someone to get through that maze of techno jargon, just to get me from point A to point B, to help me make my money a lot faster, and help me get my sports e-commerce website off the ground a lot faster. I've got some fantastic news here, because I've created everything I do is proven. I've created a proven, done for you website and system. Literally, I've created something here that can basically, where I will hold you by the hand, and I will help you create a website that is completely unique, obviously to you and your sports niche, and it will 1,000,000% save you 2 years of your time. Now, one of the things that I'm going to be doing in this done for you website is actually giving you my personal website, and it is my personal website. I'll prove it. It's my personal website that has helped me generate millions of dollars of sales over the past few years. Obviously, we'll put your products on. We're not going to keep my products on. We'll put your products on, but you will get my exact website that has helped me make thousands upon thousands of sales and millions of dollars in sales. This will 1,000,000% save you 2 years of your time, because it works. So you've got absolute no excuse to fail, because I will help you every step of the way. Also as well, by the way, this done for you system, please don't think this is not like these other programs you might see online. So you might have watched other similar videos like this, and these people, what they do is they basically take everyone on. Then all they do then is they just give out a load of outdated videos. I actually only work with a small number of sports entrepreneurs, so the numbers to get involved with my done for you system is very, very, very limited. So please don't think that I take everyone on and then give you a load of outdated videos, because you will get to personally speak to me. And obviously, if I'm going to be personally speaking to people, I can only do that with a small number of sports entrepreneurs. Because what really cheeses me off when I've bought into similar programs like this, I've got outdated videos. All I've been given is access to a private Facebook group. And even when you're on the private Facebook group of the so-called guru who's not even on there, it's actually other people, other members end up answering the question. So these guys just taking your money, giving you a load of outdated videos, and they've not even got their own decency to be on their own Facebook group to answer your questions. Please be rest assured, this is none of that crap. I only work with a small amount of sports entrepreneurs, and you'll actually get to speak to me personally. See, one thing I'm very proud of, if you decide to get involved with me with the Done For You business and you become a member of Sportspreneurs and how to have your own sports e-commerce website, you've trusted me, and I don't take that lightly. So again, that's why when you do some due diligence at the end, and I'm going to give them a website at the end, do some due diligence on me, and you'll see that as far as I'm aware anyway, there's a lot of good things said about me online, because that's all I do is help people. Because as I say, you know, if someone gets involved with me, they've trusted me, and I don't take that lightly. So I work with them hand in hand, personally, to make sure that they're a success. So if you decide to get involved with this Done For You website and business, what do you actually get? Well, first of all, bonus one is you'll get a 30-minute e-commerce strategy call. That's where I will personally speak to you. It's me. I don't get any of my staff to do it. And then what I do is I make sure I help you pick the correct products before we even start your website. Now, this is, I put a value there of $1,000. In reality, it's worth a lot more, because if you get it wrong, it's going to cost you way more than $1,000. If you get it right, which we will do, it will help you make $1,000. In reality, I can't even put a price on this 30-minute e-commerce strategy call. So that's what we'll do anyway. We'll get on the phone and we'll I've got the word now, but we'll get on the phone anyway, and we'll make sure that we pick the correct products. Brainstorm was the word I'm looking for, to make sure we get the correct products within your niche. Bonus number 2, you'll get my personal number, so you can message me anytime, and it is my personal number. And generally that I use WhatsApp, and this is for an emergency really. So if there's anything that you need a real urgent answer to, drop me a WhatsApp message, or you can actually leave a voice message on the WhatsApp, and I generally get back to you with the answer pretty quickly. So that's for an emergency use only. What I always try to say to anyone, if you've got a question, try and hold it for the 2 group Zoom calls every that we have each month. So bonus number 3, you'll get to attend 2 group Zoom calls each month. And the reason why I always say try and keep your questions for the Zoom call, because everybody benefits. So if everyone holds their questions back, I'm all asking the questions, everyone gets the benefit from everyone's questions. And I would guarantee there'll be 1 month when someone will ask a question, you go, oh my God, I never thought of that. So you get the question and you get the answer as well. And also, I actually answer the question last. I let the group answer the question first, because I've got no ego. And someone could ask a question, and someone in the group could actually give a better answer than me. Because even though that I know what I'm doing, there's obviously I don't know everything, or there's someone in the group actually might know how to do something better than me. So it's not just about me answering, it's about the whole group answering as well. And one thing I will assure you as well, there's not going to be hundreds of sports entrepreneurs on these Zoom calls as well. Like I said, I only work with a handful of sports entrepreneurs. So you're never going to come on and see 100, 200 sportspreneurs on the Zoom call, because that's something I just purely will not do, full stop. Because if I'm taking on hundreds of sportspreneurs, that waters down my ability to help them have the success that they want, and that's something that I'm just not prepared to do. So whenever you come on these Zoom calls, you're not going to see an awful lot of people, and everyone gets a chance to ask and answer questions. I'll put a value of $900, $997 there, but in reality, it's worth a lot more than that. Bonus number 4 is each month I will send on average about 8 videos. Sometimes it can be 5 videos, sometimes it can be 10. But I'll send you videos. So when we'll be personally talking, you'll be speaking to the group, but I'll send you videos that will complement what we're talking about. And also when we're not talking, you get a chance to watch these videos, and that will continue with your education, and basically obviously give you homework to make sure that you are doing what you should be doing, to make sure that you're going to earn that 6-figure income plus in your own sports e-commerce website. Now, to me, this is the big one. Honestly, this is like complete no. You should be getting involved just to get this website. By getting involved with myself, you'll get your own done-for-you e-commerce website, value easily over $15,000. And now, I'm not suggesting you do this, but even if you get involved with what I'm doing, sorry, even if you take advantage and get involved with the Sportspreneurs and obviously the done for you website that I'm offering here today, even if you get involved, get this website and you disappear and I never see you again, it'd be worth getting involved just to get this website. This website will save you 2 years of your time. And this is the very exact website that has made me millions of dollars. Now, this website cost me about $8,000 to get it going. Where I got the $15,000 value at, even though I paid $8,000 to start with, I've probably put another $7,000 to $8,000 into this website by adding just numerous extensions, apps, plugins, etc. The best way I can describe it is like buying a car and then putting a load of and then updating the car. So buying bigger tires, bigger exhaust, better stereo system, turbocharging it, putting tinted windows in, getting fairy dice, sheepskin, tiger skin, seat covers, etc. So you've got a car that you paid $8,000 for, but you've given it $7,000 to $8,000 worth of extras. So the car looks a bit better, it performs better, and it's worth more money. That's the best way I can explain what I've done with this website. But this website will save you 2 years of your time, and it will help you make money. As long as you act on my advice, it will save you 2 years of your time and it will make you money, period. Worth getting involved just to get this website. Bonus number 6 is a 30-minute pre-website launch order call. Now, what that is, when your website's ready to rock and roll, we just obviously, again, I'll personally get on the phone with you and we'll go through a few last minute checks. Now, even though I'll be exceptionally confident that your website's ready, it's a bit like a plane taking off. Even though obviously, the Virgin Atlantic, for example, or American Airlines, they're confident their plane is going to take off and perform well. They still have the last minute checks just in case. And that's what we do, obviously, with your website, just to make sure everything is in place. Now, the total value for that is generally over $19,000. Now, again, I know if you've been on similar training videos like I'm doing here today, you know for the most part, these so-called gurus are just coming up with this pretend figure that something's worth X amount so they can charge, so it looks like you're getting a fabulous deal. This is generally over $19,000 worth of value, and it's designed for one reason only. That's to make you a complete winner when you're creating your own sports e-commerce website and business. And remember, I'm going to hold you personally by the hand. You're not going to be getting sent outdated videos or to a Facebook group that I'm never there. I'm going to be personally speaking to you on a monthly basis, so you have no excuse to fail, as I will be with you every step of the way. So just a quick recap on what you'll be getting: a 30-minute e-commerce strategy call, my personal number so you can message me anytime, and it is my personal number, two group Zoom calls every single month. So again, that is just tremendous value to be able to speak to sports entrepreneurs all over the world. Obviously, you'll get to know those guys, you'll hopefully become friends with them, and then obviously you'll bounce off each other. And what you'll probably find is that you'll probably speak to these guys outside of the group call, which is great, fantastic. And obviously you guys can help each other build each other's businesses. You'll also get one module per month packed with video training. On average, it's about 8 videos per month. And again, that will complement what we're talking about. So again, when we're not talking, you can watch the videos, and the videos will make sure that you're doing what you should be doing to make sure that you're making money with your e-commerce website. Now, to me, this is the big one. Done for you e-commerce website. Honestly, you should be getting involved just for this website, period. And then obviously you get a 30-minute pre-website launch order call. Again, generally the total value for that is over $19,000. So the big question is, Ray, how much? Okay, yeah. So again, I'm not going to go into some big spiel. Believe it or not, this is going to be just $997 upfront, and then it will be just $297 per month. Now, the $997, that's your first month, and that gets the ball rolling for your website. Obviously, to get your website live for you. So it really is a no-brainer, and it's just $297 per month. Yep, honestly, you've heard that right. It is just $997 upfront, and then it's just $297 per month. And also, there's no contracts at any of that crap. So again, if you want to cancel, you cancel anytime. But I'm exceptionally confident once you see what I can do for you, you will not cancel until obviously you've got your website, it's all ready, it's making you money. Then obviously you don't have to obviously continue to pay. Also, I'm going to guarantee this price as well. So it's going to be none of this nonsense again, which I absolutely hate when you're on these free training videos and they'll say, hey, if you don't get this price, and all of a sudden a clock starts ticking down, you got 1 hour, otherwise this price is gone forever. I'm going to do none of that crap. I'm going to guarantee that price. So if you come back next week, the price will still be the same. However, once I've got my full quota of sports entrepreneurs who become members, then it gets closed. Okay, and again, I only have a small amount of sports entrepreneurs that I work with. Once I've got enough, that's it. The only way you can get in is dead man's boots. So even though the price will stay the same next week, for example, if you come next week, if all the places are full, you'll have to wait. And that's not sales talk, that's being genuine. Again, and if you get involved with myself and this done for you system, you'll see that this is not sales talk. As I say, once the places have gone, they've gone. As I say, so you are really honestly getting an amazing deal. You're getting a done for you website for what's cost me $15,000 for $997 up front, and then just $297 per month. Oh, and by the way, we're not going to string out. We're not going to take 7 months to get your website live. By the way, on average, it takes when someone becomes a member, it takes them about 3 months to obviously pick their products, get the website live, and get everything ready, rocking and rolling, and their website's done and dusted within 3 months. And by the way, it's not us that takes the time. It's always on our members. So whatever pace you decide to run, we'll always match your pace, but we're never going to drag things out. So on average, it's about 3 months. Some members take about 4 months tops to do, okay, but it is generally at your pace. So let's say it takes 4 months to get everything ready, rocking and roll, and then you're ready to go with your website. Now, 4 months is absolutely nothing. So again, I'm not very good with my math. I'm guessing that's probably under $2,000 for 4 months. If you check what other so-called gurus are doing, they want what I'm doing here, they want $5,000 up front. And I assure you, they are not going to teach you what I'm teaching you. And these guys are only going to send you outdated videos, and you'll only get to go on their Facebook groups, and you'll never get to speak to them. With this, okay, you're going to get a done for you website from someone who's walking their talk on a daily basis, and you will get to speak to me on a monthly basis. It's going to be very, very personal. So you might be asking the question, come on then, Ray, what's the catch? If it's so good, why are you letting this go so cheaply? So the reason being, the big reason why I'm doing this, believe it or not, is like, I think I might have mentioned this already in the beginning of the video. I might not actually. I'm looking to create a Dream 100. You might have heard of Russell Brunson. He obviously runs ClickFunnels, and he talks about the importance of having the Dream 100. So what I'm looking at doing is creating 100 solid sports entrepreneurs contacts all over the world. Now, I've already got a lot of fantastic contacts, but for every sort of 10 people that I meet, there's only really 1 or 2 real solid sports entrepreneurs. So I'm looking to have 100 solid sports entrepreneurs contacts in my Dream 100, all in different sports niches. And the reason why I want to do that is we're all there to help each other. Now, in one of the businesses that I run, which is a goalkeeping coaching franchise, which is all over the world, we live by a saying, a rising tide raises all ships. And that's what I want with sportspreneurs and my Dream 100. So the reason why I'm letting you guys in for basically next to nothing is I'm looking to build a Dream 100 of sports entrepreneurs all over the world, so I can put everyone into one big massive team, and we can all live by that saying, a rising tide raises all ships. So that's the selfish reason why I'm doing it, is to build build my contacts. So if you get involved with what I'm doing, I help you create your website and help you make money, which I will do as long as you listen to my advice. You're obviously going to be excited. You're going to tell maybe more of obviously your sports entrepreneur friends, and then that Dream 100 gets bigger and bigger. And if I can get a Dream 500, you know, I'll do that as well. So that's the selfish reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I'm obviously looking to find obviously sports entrepreneurs all over the world. And another reason as well, I absolutely cannot stand these so-called gurus online. I mean, it really does my head in, to be honest with you. And these guys are charging between $5,000 and $10,000 up front for what I'm charging you here. And if you've seen these videos, what these the crap these guys put out, you know that I'm not telling any lies here. And it really is annoying. I mean, I can't even go into YouTube now and listen to my 80s music without some annoying guru popping up and selling some crap online. So again, I want to do it. Another thing as well, if you do your due diligence, what I do with my goalkeeping glove business, my goalkeeping gloves are very famous for being different. So where everyone's selling the goalkeeping gloves for stupid amounts of money, I go against the grain, and I'm actually selling my goalkeeping gloves for a very, very low price, because I like to prove that you can provide a quality product for a very, very, very fair price. So another reason why I want to do this as well is because I'm actually generally sick to death of these so-called gurus that are basically creaming and conning people. And I've been conned out of thousands of dollars over the years. And as I say, if you do your due diligence, these other so-called gurus are offering what I'm offering and charging anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000 up front. And I assure you, they are not giving you what I'm giving you, full stop. That's another reason why I want to do it, to prove it can be done at a fair price. I know that might sound BS. If you do your due diligence on me, you'll understand how I work. I absolutely love helping people. And once you do your due diligence on me, you go, okay, yeah, right, I get it. I can understand why you're giving away this system for as cheap as you are. So just last quick recap, okay, and I'm going to finish. If you decide to get involved, you're going to get me personally. You get to start with a 30-minute e-commerce strategy call. You get my personal number. You get 2 group Zoom calls every single month, worth its weight in gold. You get 1 module per month packed with video training. Again, that complements. I've said 5 videos there. It's actually on average about 8. Some months it could be 5 videos. Some months it can be 10. On average, it's about 8 videos. Worth getting involved for this. A done-for-you e-commerce website, completely no-brainer. You should be getting involved for that. If you want to start your own sports e-commerce business, you'd be crazy not to get involved just to get this website. And then your 30-minute pre-website launch order call. $97, sorry, $997 upfront. That gets your first month's membership, plus we start your website. And then it's just $297 a month until you're ready to basically say, listen, mate, I've got what I've got out of you now. Thanks, but no thanks. I no longer need to pay you the $297. Whether that's 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, that's completely up to you. You cancel that whenever you feel as if you don't need my help and advice anymore. And plus, I'm going to guarantee this price, okay? The only thing I can't guarantee is if you come back next week or in 2 weeks' time, is that the places are still available. Because as I say, once I've got the amount of sportspreneurs into this membership system, that's it. The only way you can get in is dead man's boots, because obviously I want to make sure, because I'm speaking to everyone personally, I've only got so much time, so obviously it will be limited. So the price will be guaranteed, but the membership and the spaces won't be. And I'm just going to leave this now. That's me finished. So I'm just going to leave that there for you to check out. These are all as promised. Most so-called gurus won't do this. They won't leave the websites where they're making their money. Reason being is, for the most part, they're not making the money that they say. It's just all full of crap. But my goalkeepingglovesforsale.com, that's one of my e-commerce websites. Justforkeepers.net, that is my sports coaching website. You got my Wikipedia page there, and you've got some of my social media pages. So if you check that out, you'll see me live or doing something online most days. And again, without sounding arrogant, even if you just type in Ray Newland into Google, you'll see a lot of information pop up about me. And as far as I'm aware, everything you will see will be positive. I'm sure there'll be someone out there that will probably be having a bit of a rant about me, because no matter what you do for some people, there's always someone that, there's always someone, no matter what you do for them, they're always cheesed off. But touch wood, up to now, I've not seen that person yet, because I do generally go the extra mile to help people, okay? So, yep, so if you're interested, obviously below, there'd be obviously the form to fill in, so to speak, to become a member, obviously, of the Done For You system. And all leaves me to say, thank you for listening to this free video for so long. Hope you do. I sincerely hope you do join the membership, and I really, you can only give you my word on this. And again, you'll see the proof will be in the pudding. you'll see that I'll put my heart and soul into helping you create the big sports e-commerce website that you want. And more importantly, I look forward to getting to know you as a friend. Okay, have a good day, good night, wherever you are. All the best.